Hey guys, my name's Sam and welcome to the Driving Home Reviews podcast. This is a podcast that features mine and my girlfriend Hannah's unfiltered, spoiler-filled thoughts about films we've just seen on the drive home. Just a heads up, there's a lot of strong language, full spoilers, obviously, and a lot of comments about what we see on the road, so we hope you enjoy. Also, I'll be back at the end to wrap it all up. This week we saw In the Heights, which is the new musical from Lin-Manuel Miranda. Did we feel like $96,000 dues coming out of the film? That's a little in-joke for people who've seen the film. But let's find out.
You're gonna sing the whole. You're just gonna sing this whole thing.
No.
No. I thought you were gonna be like, it was okay.
So what did you think?
Yeah, there was bits I really liked, and there were bits that just fucking
Really didn't like.
ground my fucking balls to the fucking
100%.
ground.
I fucking exactly the same.
Like, it's basically the bits without the main guy in it.
Yeah, huh?
I don't know if it's because the way he.
Because the way he sings, isn't it? It's the way.
I feel like those were the bits that Lin-Manuel Miranda. I feel like those are the bits that he wrote.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch. We'll get back. It'll be completely wrong. Oh, I don't know, because it said it was based on a musical at the end, didn't it? So I was like,
didn't get by him.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that would fucking explain it. It just annoys me why does he try and get people to sing
Like him.
as much in a fucking sentence as they can, to the point where you can't breathe. Stop it.
Yeah. And then it doesn't even finish.
And he's like, oh yeah, and it should be singing like this and like that, and then I'm like, what? Fucking slow down. Like, chill. I mean, call me old fashioned. I like my musicals where I can understand them, and I don't need a fucking oxygen mask to try and sing along with it. Like,
yeah.
but you know, I get it. That is probably the way the musicals are going. It's just not my cup of tea.
I feel like that's just his style.
It is his, yeah.
Isn't it?
And
but
I felt very much. It felt like the main guy. I don't know. It felt like Lin-Manuel Miranda. It felt like he wrote this. It felt like he wrote it for himself.
Yeah.
But it felt like he wrote it like, I don't know, when he was a young guy. Or it felt like, you know, the bit at the end. You know, the bit when he's talking to the kids on the beach.
Yeah.
I felt like that was meant to be him.
Yeah.
But they were just like, no.
Yeah.
Because I was like, and his signature like goatee thing that he has going on.
Yeah.
Like that stupid fucking hat that he was wearing. I was like, this is prime for Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I think
It's prime for him, because I was like, you know, it's a little bit in the future. It's not that much older, I don't think.
I think they were trying to show that some time had passed, but not loads, which is why he had a goatee in the hat, and obviously his daughter was however old she was. But if he would have been like early mid-30s by that point, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I think earlier in the film he said that, oh, I'm nearly 30.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
So
that kid looked like 10.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how old kids look. I can't.
I would have said about 7.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, kids are like babies, toddlers,
True.
and then
I'm terrible
And then
at guessing kids' ages.
and then at some point they turn into teenagers. But you know, when there's kids a teenager,
yeah.
anything in between, I'm like, you all look the same.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Are you 5 or are you 10? I don't know.
no, yeah, I enjoyed most of it.
Overall
Overall enjoyed. Fuck, it was long though, wasn't it?
It was long.
Cool. I mean,
And don't you think it could have just been, 3 minutes shorter without his fucking song in it? I was like,
3 minutes?
Oh,
fucking an hour shorter, right? Not an hour. No,
well, no, but
sorry, but
like
you were saying.
his whole bit of him singing about the fucking being out, well, like that didn't need to be in it. You just
At the end.
No, like the halfway through when he was beefing the Mr. Whippy man.
Oh, you actually mean Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Yeah, I mean him as a character. I'm like, get out, get out of here.
Why was he in it at all?
Right?
Because he was just sort of walking around. It was like a shit cameo.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
But-
you don't need to be in this. And then at the end, when he's looking on the beach and all the really important main characters are there,
And then Lin-Manuel
he's
Miranda.
fucking there as well.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you there?
Why are you there?
Bloody, who's Navi probably hasn't even had a conversation with you.
Whoa, you're butchering his name. It's
No, I'm not.
US Navy 83.
I love how they literally take the piss out of how he gets his name.
Yeah. Like, oh, my dad saw a US Navy ship, so now it's called Navi.
With the Navi, with an I, not a Y.
Of course, because sure. But yeah, that made me laugh. Like there was just so much going on. I think that was the thing that.
Lots of storylines to
Because
follow.
as soon as I saw that it was based on a musical at the end, I was like, that's why. Obviously, it felt like a stage musical, and I feel like stage musicals don't translate well to film.
Yeah.
Which is why it was like 2.5 hours long.
Exactly.
Because it was like, look, some of this stuff you don't need in here, really.
Yeah.
But then some of the stuff, but I don't know, because it was like some bits were really important, some bits weren't. Some bit like the issues that they touched upon, I thought were really good.
Yeah.
You know, I liked it overall. There were just bits that I was like the whole fucking. It just felt like all of the dance singing sections just went on for like a few minutes too long.
A little bit too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because they'd have like a breakdown halfway through, and then they'd be like, but we're not done yet.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah, you think they're nearly done, and then someone hits you with like a verse and a bloody key change.
But you know what it is? It's a verse that spoke so quickly you can't even fucking breathe, and it's like, what?
Only when he's in it though.
Well, yeah.
And maybe a bit of Benny. But
Benny.
Benny was the one that was with Nina.
The one that ran
the
Dr. Dre in Straight Out of Compton.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know he could sing.
He was a great voice.
Yeah.
I was like, I could listen to you all day.
Yeah, you carry on that shit.
Charming man. You can talk to me through my radio.
And I thought the grandma, is it Abuela?
Yeah.
Abuela? Yeah, her song was fucking great.
The one on the train?
Again, went on a little too long.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I liked because it told the whole story of like her family and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Could it come up a little bit earlier in the? Do you know what I mean? I feel like because obviously that was her like dying. That was like, you know, Titanic. You know, at the end where she like going and she walks through the ship and she sees everyone and then it's like, she dead. It was like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For her dying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if because it was very drawn out and I was like, oh my god, it takes you this long to die.
Well, you know, maybe it does take her.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's someone who's not died. I don't know, but I can't imagine it takes about 6 minutes. But I liked the story. I liked the way it did all that thing. She's got a belt with a pair of pipes on her, hasn't she?
Didn't she?
Cracking.
Yeah.
Cracking. Good on her.
Come on, gal.
Yeah, I like that bit.
Yeah.
That was really good. I like the bit, you know, when they're in the tunnel. You know, she was like at the tunnel and they all lined up with all the lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of when she just turned around and was like, should I die or should I not die? And then she was like, no, I'm going to die, and just went towards the light. I was like,
Yeah.
Again.
Bit cliche.
again, not sure if that is how it works. You just decide whether to not die.
Well, you know.
I also feel like the whole lottery storyline was big deal. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal again.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like it was.
Because they had like that whole song about it, and then when the kids were like, "So who won the lottery?" and he was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter." And it's like, well, why did you have a whole big song about it then? But then it did turn out that it mattered.
Yeah, and no need for it really.
Although I think that's one of my favourite songs in it, that 96,000.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Yeah, because it had a bit of everyone in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good actually. I liked the. What else did I like? I liked. Yeah, they were all absolutely fine. I like the characters; they were all good. Well, they were all good. I didn't like his love interest. It was a weird.
Vanessa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like
their whole chemistry was so strange because I was like, you know, you can tell with Nina and Benny, they're childhood sweethearts.
I feel like,
obviously before she went to uni, they were
lovers.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know,
They've
he
known
gets
each
on
other
really
for a long time.
Yeah, he gets on well with their dad.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like this whole like they were really cute together. I was like, I like you two. but
I
I've
was
not
like-
seen enough of you.
Yeah.
Annoying, but
Where I was
okay.
like, who's Navi?
And
Literally turned into a little schoolboy
No.
whenever he was around. And I was like, have you guys ever actually had a proper conversation with each other?
It-
Or is this just like
yeah, it felt like
a lust?
It felt
Or
like,
she's fit, so I
Yeah.
fancy her.
it felt like
kind of
the
thing.
first time she walked into a shop was the first time we'd ever seen her.
Yeah.
Or like tried to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, he'd seen her before, and it was like, what?
But then, you know, they go round to Nina's house and they're all there and eating food and she's there and it's just, yeah, it's just a bit like, so do you guys know each other well or not? Because you're acting
Yeah.
like you don't.
And then it was like, oh, let's go on a date.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then that club bit was actually pretty good. I really like that
Wasn't
bit.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That little song, that little dance moves were firing off there, wasn't it? Jeez. But
That woman was like, oh, the one that he's
the one that he's, yeah. Oh my
She
god.
reminded me of bloody Cha-Cha from Greece.
Yeah,
It's
she
just
did,
like
didn't she? She was
full
like-
on in your face, like,
They call me Cha
I can
Cha.
dance. Like, okay, honey.
She can dance.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Going for it.
Also, bro, it's fucking, you go to a bar, like you go on a date with a girl,
Yeah.
and then some guy goes, "Can I have a dance?" And you go, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
What? And then he, you know, afterwards, after the blackout, and then she's like, "You fucking left me."
And then he's
like,
beefing her.
He's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? I didn't leave you. You did. Like she was like, "Should we have a dance?" And you were like, "Nah, let's go get some shots."
Exactly.
And it was like, and then
like you let her leave you, and then you left her when
Yeah.
you found her again.
it seemed like you were dancing a lot together. Like, why don't you just dance when you were like, you were like back to back? Just turn around. You were dancing with everyone else in the club.
Exactly.
Just turn around and have a little boogie together. Like it's not difficult really. And then she was like, "Oh, fuck off," and he was like, "No."
Yeah.
And then they were both like, "Okay, yeah, fuck off then."
Yeah. Bye.
Because I did think, I was like, that whole blackout thing. It just seemed like everyone was so worried. Like
Yeah.
it was so weird because it was like, because I feel like I was getting sort of, do you remember, you know, Do the Right Thing?
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
Those sort of vibes where it was
Uh-huh.
like, oh, this is all coming to a boiling
Like
point.
something's gonna go
Like,
really, really wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well, I know.
obviously, Abuela,
I know.
she kicked him, but it felt like she could go any minute. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
That was more the heat that did it. for her.
Yeah, which, my God, what a sweaty film. Woof.
This is one of the things I really wanted to talk to you about because we'd said in Spiral.
Oh God, yeah,
And
Spiral
you know
they were
how
sweaty,
you
weren't they?
kept talking about, oh, why is it like a 90s like film with, you know, blackouts and heat waves? And I was
Yeah.
like, that's literally what this film is. So I thought it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on,
You know me, I
on
love
the sweaty
a
blackout.
sweaty film. This was wasn't as sweaty as Spiral, I don't
No.
think. What else have we watched
Quite.
recently that was quite sweaty?
Well,
Quiet Place 2 was quite sweaty.
We watched Fast 1, which was, and then obviously
Fast 1,
and then
yeah.
Fast 9 wasn't as sweaty.
No,
We were saying that, weren't we?
yeah. But yeah, Fast and the Furious.
Lots of sweaty films
Ooh,
going on at the
yeah.
moment.
It is the peak of summer, so I get it. But
Yeah.
oh lordy, yeah, it was a sweat fest in that film, wasn't it? But there was something else I was going to say about. I can't really remember.
What about the blackout?
Yeah, it just made it seem like it was going to be a big old deal, and then they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, fuck it, let's just party in the streets."
Yeah.
And then they did,
And
then it wasn't.
like setting off the fireworks, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay then. Like this seems dangerous.
But then,
but it's just a good time.
oh,
Cool.
what was the taxi guy called?
Benny.
Benny. He was like, "Hey, we're going to call everybody." Like, "Oh yeah, we've got pregnant people."
Yeah.
About it, really. I was like, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
cool. I was also like, just none of the. I don't know. I swear most taxi companies these days are usually a mobile number,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
don't
Most
really
of the
rely on
time they are, aren't
landlines.
they?
I feel like it
guess
could have
they're-
maybe benefited from. Because was it set in like? Well, no, it wasn't because
think
the
it
young
was-
kid, Sonny,
Yeah.
he had his wireless Beats.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say a film like that you could probably do with maybe setting in like the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, so
But I guess.
I don't. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there are
There probably are
plenty
blackouts.
of taxi companies nowadays that are obviously like based
Oh.
in an office, so they do have a main like landline number, don't they?
Yeah, it's probably like a backup.
So.
But no. Yeah, I do. Well, not my only qualm. I've had a few qualms with it. I don't really like Vanessa, was it? Yeah, I just feel like the wrong love story was trying to take center stage.
Yeah.
Because it just felt like they were like, oh, let's be together at the wrong time. And I was like, I feel like I'd find it a more compelling story if it was that, like, right, we both fancy each other, but we're just at the wrong point in our lives that we're not going to be together.
Yeah.
So let's call it as it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we both care about each other very deeply, but you got to go do your, you know, like High School Musical 2.
Yeah.
You know, Gabrielle's got to go do her thing. Troy's doing his thing. Admittedly, Troy's doing the wrong thing, but whatever. He sorts his head out in the end eventually. Gets his head in the game, so to speak.
Yeah, I feel like it maybe would have been better if they were like together already, or something
and
like
maybe
that.
they were having, or there was a bit more of an will they, won't they? Because it never really seemed like that up until the point where, because I don't know, there was, I think there was so much going on that you just needed. There wasn't really enough time to breathe because it was like, well, one story, and then it was like, oh, you know, Sunny,
Yeah.
and then it was like, oh well, we're wrapping up all the stories now, and then it was like, oh, was it about 2 hours in, and they were like, oh, actually, he's here illegally, which I think that was the gist of it, wasn't it?
Yeah, like they were
he's
saying
here
he's
illegally,
undocumented, yeah.
and I was like, what?
Yeah.
But then, oh god, what was her name? The uni student.
Nina.
What was it? Sorry.
Nina.
Yeah. When she was like, she sort of annoyed me a bit at the beginning when she was like, and then I knew that it was going to happen. She was like, oh, I don't really feel a place at uni. I was like, well, yeah, that's usually what most people do. And then obviously the stuff about, you know, her racial profiling and stuff. I was like, interesting, fair enough. Couldn't understand why I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
And then they're all like, well, her dad is like, well, yeah, but you can be better than that. And she was like, no, I can't. And then Sonny found out, and then obviously she had that chat with Sonny about him not having his green card, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, actually, no, I can be better than that. And I was like, bitch, you just had to go at your dad, who sold his business to try and get you there.
Yeah.
But then I liked the little moment between her and her dad at the end.
Yeah.
You know, and he was like, what did he say? And that was really touching. When he's like,
he said like, oh, you can take the beat bruises or something, but like stay in the ring or something like that.
yeah, and then, you know, when he was like, oh, you know, you
can see a
you
future
can see
that I can't, or something.
yeah,
like
and I was
that.
like,
yeah.
I was like, well, I like that.
Well, because it's her future, isn't it? Really, it's not so much his.
Yeah, and I feel like, yeah.
So, and yeah, I think because Sunny's obviously younger than her,
She's like,
she
actually.
didn't clock it. She was
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe I should help this kid rather than running away from my issues.
Yeah. And I was just a bit like, I don't know, I feel like the way she popped off at her dad a bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're not having a great time, but I'm like, you're just not recognising the sacrifices he's made up until this point.
Yeah.
Which I guess is probably the point, whatever, because she doesn't feel. But the thing I liked about her character, you know, when she initially came back and she had all her hair straight. And then
she goes to the salon.
yeah,
and she's
and
like,
she gets her natural hair back, and I was like,
that's a bitch.
subtle. I like it.
Love
Like
that.
it. You're
Yeah,
trying to fit in with all these fucking white people, and you're like,
Nah.
and then even at the end when she's going back, she ain't got her hair done anymore. She's fucking being who she should be, and I was like, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Exactly.
But yeah, and then the whole dancing on the wall thing, it's just a bit like.
That's like classic. Every single musical has that grease bit, you know, like the bit at the end with the
Yeah,
car
where you
that
just
I hate.
you suspend disbelief, don't you?
It's,
You're like,
and it's just
alright.
utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, every musical has it. And like that kid looking out the window, like, why are these people dancing on my window? And it's like, yes.
Yeah, why are they?
Whole mood.
But yeah, I feel like the main guy, he just sort of pissed me off with his little like tangent thing. You know, it's like, oh, I fucking love this place, but I'm gonna fuck off and leave.
Yeah, and then I'm
Like,
gonna
what?
leave.
It's like, just stay. Like, you fucking love it here. But then I also didn't get that because, you know, like the whole thing at the beginning, they're all like, oh, the whole, you know, the block's dying in the heights but
community, but
community's
community's
gone. Like, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's like a new generation of community, but at the same time, it's a completely different community. So, what was the point in half of the film?
Yeah,
was spent establishing these characters who all just fucked off at the end anyway. But then, I get it. I like the hair salon.
The
and
salon
nails.
ladies.
Yeah, they were cool. I like them.
Yeah. Did you notice Valentina?
I did notice Valentina.
Good.
That wasn't the only RuPaul's Drag Race reference I noticed as well. The dumpster diving challenge of was it Vanessa?
Vanessa, yeah.
Yeah, dumpster diving to make some gams.
Jump in the trash like that.
Oh my god, why can't she make anything herself? All she does is steal shit.
Yeah.
She stole some stuff out of the bin, and then did she turn that in a dress? I don't remember her turning it into a dress.
No.
Well, we didn't see it.
But then
and then that pink rope she just tied together in some daisy chains and drew pictures. Yes, swiped it in the middle of a blackout, looting.
Yeah, that was it. I was like going back to the whole like worrying that something bad was going to happen. I was like, is Vanessa going to like get attacked or?
Yeah, because when she was like,
something.
"Oh, I don't need you when I'm
she's
walking
like,
home."
"Oh, I'm going to find my own way home," and I was like, "Oh God, like she's gonna die."
Yeah.
And then it just shows her like fucking sewing away at home, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, like
yeah,
she's fine."
Nothing to worry about there.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Oh, the fucking chances of getting a load of paint on her shoe, on her Nikes, from a spray paint can."
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
But then
the tiniest little.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh."
And she didn't even wipe it off. I was like, "Hun, you've not got time. You need to wipe that shit off, or it's gonna stain your shoes."
But then she's fucking, "Oh, can I steal your like drip rag, whatever it was? It drip rag, drop rag,
something like that." Yeah. Oh God, I'm so slow.
Whatever it was, and she just stole his like spray paint drop rag, yeah. Which again, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna borrow this." Did she turn that into clothes? Because I don't think she did. It looked like the rags were still just on the fucking side.
I think she did. I think she like took a little bit of it.
Yeah. Well done, you fucking asshole. Fucking dickhead.
There was literally no more for me to come in. So.
Like, oh, sorry. You know, you're already there. And he's like, "Oh, actually, I think I'll go first, thank you." Fuck off. But, yeah, apart from... I did enjoy most of it. Again, I just think it was too long and there was too much going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's one of those where they care so much about the source material that they don't want to cut anything out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it could benefit from just, not loads being cut out, but just condensing it a little bit.
I guess because he was like the producer and all that jazz, and it's his musical.
And he's just like, "Hey, I want to fucking."
But you know, like 2 hours 20 for a musical is like there are longer musicals out there.
There are a lot. There are also shorter.
There are shorter, yeah.
But I don't mind it when it's story. You know, when it's telling a story.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't for a lot of it. It was just, I don't know.
Do you not think?
Like, there obviously was. They were saying.
I guess because they had so many those and they had so many different storylines.
Yeah, and it felt like they were setting up so many. I don't know. Like I said, it just felt like there was so long in between. So, you know, they'd start with one story and then they'd set up all the other stories, and then it'd be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot this story happened." Like we said about the whole like lottery thing, and it was like, "Is this a thing?" And then it was like, at least an hour and 20 went by until they mentioned it again.
Yeah.
But you know, just a little chipping and chomping of some bits. But then, you know, it's quite difficult to chomp certain bits, because then if you chop that bit, then you might have to cut like a whole nother storyline, and then you might lose something which is actually quite important.
Yeah.
You know.
Because in the end, that lottery was pretty important.
Yeah, because without that, then obviously the whole Sunny situation, like, you know.
Yeah.
Because that did make me think. I was like, where are they going with this? Because like everyone's sort of like sorted their own shit out. you know what annoyed me as well? That Vanessa. You know, when she was like, oh, that whole song about the fucking champagne didn't need to be a song. Didn't need to be a 5-minute song either. I was like, shut up.
Yeah. Like, why are you singing about champagne? Sam.
But
Crack a window.
nah, it's fine. We're getting out in a minute. Yeah, that whole little bit annoyed me. And then, you know, when she was like, oh my god, you're so kind. Oh, you're so good. Oh, I love you. You've done the most kind thing ever.
Like,
what? Asking your fucking boss to sign something?
Yeah.
That you didn't want to. Like, you could have just done that rather than
Basically
have a fucking hissy fit and throw it away. Like, you had plenty of people to ask.
She was on there anyway as your boss, Daniela.
Yeah.
She was on the lease anyway as her boss. And then, he basically asked her to sign and be like a guarantor kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she did it. So really, you should be thanking her, not him.
She took a hell of a gamble, because does she not work at the nail bar anymore?
I guess not, no.
Because she didn't have another job. She was just like, oh, I want to move downtown and make clothes. But it was like, but it's not how jobs work. You don't just go downtown and make shit and hope for the best.
Well, I guess.
But then she didn't do anyway, did she?
I guess because she had savings, so that's how she paid for it.
Yeah.
And then she was hoping that once she got there, she'd make loads of clothes and make loads of money, and it would be great. Again,
but she didn't even move down there in the end
just
anyway.
had a dream. No, she didn't. She stayed. That was,
Nice.
The whole point of everyone having their little dreams.
Yeah, very true actually. And then everyone realising that their dreams come true in the Heights.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Apart from the salon ladies,
because they had to leave. And
I also did not understand the geography. Like, why was it called Washington Heights when it was supposed to be in Nueva York?
I mean...
And then they kept saying, like, the Bronx and Queens, and I'm like, so was it in New York then?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's just a neighbourhood in...
What, Washington Heights?
Yeah, it's just a neighbourhood within
I thought
Manhattan.
they were trying to say it was, like, Washington.
No.
Also, why did he say Washington?
Yeah, every
like,
time he sang it, I was like, just Washington.
Yeah.
Washington.
And the fact that he was the only one that pronounced it like that as well.
Washington.
Washington.
Shut up, you silly goose. But, it was good though. Pleasantly surprised.
Good.
Again.
Because when you leant over to me and you were like, are all the songs like this? And I was like, no, they're not.
Nah.
I did think as soon as you sat down,
it just
and
grated
you were
on me.
huffing, and I could feel you rolling your eyes, and I was like, oh god, I've made a big mistake. We're going to have to leave in like 10 minutes because he's not going to be able to sit and watch it.
Well, when I said to you,
too bad,
at the songs like Hamilton, and you said 2 that was big. That was a big old fib.
I didn't say 2.
Yes, you
I
did.
said a few.
Well, still. Again,
They're
it wasn't even. It was just.
Loads of them
It was
were.
just him,
It's
and
just
I was
when
like,
he was singing.
it just. I still maintain that role was meant for Lin-Manuel Miranda
When he was younger.
about 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and I feel like he probably wrote this,
Maybe
was
that's
sitting on
why
the
he wrote
script, and he was like, this is my fucking passion project.
That's probably
And
like
then
the
he was
first,
like,
yeah, the first
Yeah, and now he's like,
sort of thing that he made or did.
yeah, and he was like, shit, Hamilton took a little bit too long to get sorted.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then it's
But also, not only because he
look at
looked,
one.
not only because he looked like the main guy, but also I feel like, do you think the young kid, Sonny? He also looked like Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Do you think?
Yeah, he had the same eyes, I thought. He did.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look up in the Heights.
But again, there was just absolutely no need for him to be in it at all as a wandering ice cream man. Because the way that they were singing before that whole little ice cream section, because they were like, oh, they need this person who's really important, and I was like, oh, is that the grandma? And then they showed him, and then I was like, why? Huh?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think he talked to any of the cast. He was just there.
Oh shit.
But
So I was just looking up when it first. So it first opened on Broadway in March 2008.
oh, that's definitely
So he was probably starring in it.
absolutely.
If that was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
13
I
years
didn't
ago.
realise it was an existing thing. I thought it was a new one.
It says it's based on, so it's a musical with music and lyrics by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it's based on a book by someone else. I'm not going to read that name because I'll butcher the pronunciation. But
Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, so he definitely. Chiara Allegria?
don't know.
But
Yeah, Washington Heights in Upper Manhattan.
well, that'll be why it felt so Miranda-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it. Because all those songs where he was he must have started it.
Oh god, yeah.
He must
I think
have.
so.
Because I was like, all of those songs sound
Definitely.
like fucking Hamilton songs.
Yeah, and they sound like him and the way.
And his spoken word shit.
It was funny with the Champagne song. Like you could tell that actor couldn't like sing along with Vanessa. Like he was trying to sing, but couldn't.
Yeah, and it was because like
he wanted to like rap.
Yeah, and it was like
instead.
just sing.
Yeah,
just
when he's
sing.
like,
Okay, bye. What, it's Frozen?
He's like, okay.
Yeah, and it was like, I can't get the champagne cork off the bottle. Right, and she's like,
What's all
it's
this?
okay, don't worry too much.
What's all this cold stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, it's covered in cold. Well, no, that's how they would have sang it. Oh yeah, it's covered in sweat. And it's like, it's a bottle and it's hot. What do you expect? And I was like,
the bottles are sweaty and stuff.
yeah, and it was like, I swear it didn't seem like they'd written any script for when those two were not singing. Because it just seemed like it was unscripted and they were just like, right, you two have chemistry.
They were
so
improv.
go. And it was like, what?
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is not how people have conversations. Like, why is it so hard for films to write dialogue that people would actually say?
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Which is why it's so crazy, because like you have all the bits where he's doing like the spoken rap, and it's 100 words a minute.
And I'm like, fair play to the writing, to the performing. I'm not going to take him away from it.
You can write that, but you can't write a simple boy and girl having like a flirty conversation.
Yeah, not even.
Or just a normal conversation.
Yeah. And I'm like, there were so many references to everything, wasn't there? Like Star Wars.
Oh yeah, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings.
There was something else. Wasn't
That's all I can think of, to be fair.
Simpsons?
Oh yeah, there was Simpsons.
And I was like, bro, you're just fucking throwing everything at the wall, seeing what fucking sticks, aren't you, at this rate? I'm like, jeez.
I suppose back in 2008.
Star Wars wasn't a thing. Well, no, Clone Wars was out, I guess. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? It was written in 2008 and fucking.
Well, it might not have been written in 2008. It aired in 2008 for the first time. I think it said it was a test. They did a test of it in 2005.
Oh.
So that's like very much just after Lord of the Rings and
same year as Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. So it's probably hot on the brain.
Yeah. True.
Hot on the brain.
Right, let's roll.
And there it was, our driving home review. Very interesting. Was it controversial? Possibly. This is pre-recorded, so deal with it. Anyway, thanks for listening. And if you want to get in touch, give us a follow on Insta, Twitter, or give us a like on Facebook, where we're Driving Home Reviews. It'd be great if you could subscribe and leave a nice juicy 5-star review, and maybe I'll buy you a pint. Is this bribery? Probably. But tune in next time for another Driving Home review. Bye bye!